Chapter 8. Nia is scary good and found Rodrigo's address. His neighborhood is 3 miles away, so after we retrieved our bikes, we head out. With each push on my pedals, I question this decision. What if Rodrigo doesn't know anything? This will be a wasted trip, and we'll still have no answers. What if Rodrigo does have information, but it's bad? What do we do then? Can we stop whatever is happening before someone else disappears? Are we there yet? Quincy says, leaning over his handlebars. I glance over at him. He's breathing loudly and working hard not to fall behind. He's not the most athletic kid, but this short ride shouldn't be affecting him so much. He looks drained. There are dark circles under his puffy eyes. His brown skin has a slightly grayish tint. Is it the stress? The fear? Is it the mark on his wrist? I'm on question overload. My brain is about to explode. We're close, Nia says. Quincy groans. A while ago, I offered to carry his backpack, but he refused. I'm not sure if there's important stuff inside, or if it's his safety net, like my puzzle piece. I get needing to have something you can trust, something you can hold on to for comfort. As we make the right turn into Rodrigo's neighborhood, a police car cruises by, then slows down. The officer waves for us to stop. Great. Now what? You kids aren't from around here. His thick mustache completely covers his top lip. What gave us away? The bikes? Lyric asks. I groan. Watch the attitude, kid. Officer Mustache raises his sunglasses to rest on the top of his bald head and stares down at Lyric. Lyric doesn't even blink. Yeah, this could go bad fast. We're visiting a friend, Nia says quickly to diffuse the tense situation. His name is Rodrigo, adds Quincy. Huh? The officer says. What does that mean? His eyes are hard, not cold and blank, like not Shay, but still intense enough to make my heart flutter. I'm sure you've heard about the recent disappearance, Officer Mustache says. Nia scoots her bike forward. Yeah, about that. Lyric grabs her arm and squeezes. She falls silent. No police, he silently reminds her with a stern look. She sheepishly nods. This is serious business. Officer Mustache leans out of his car window. We don't need you kids running around here. Y'all should stay close to your homes. Stay out of trouble. A muscle clenches so tight in Lyric's jaw. I'm worried it might snap, and Quincy looks like he's ready to bolt. You hear? Officer Mustache says. Yep, yes sir. We totally hear every word, says Nia with a fake toothy smile. Good. Turning forward in his seat, he tucks his sunglasses down to the bridge of his wide nose. He shifts the car into gear and cruises down the street. Once he turns the corner, my shoulders slump in relief. Did we just get pulled over on our bikes for no good reason? Nia asks. Guess we look suspicious, I say. Officer Mustache is gone, but his warning lingers like a dark cloud. Told you, they only see what they want to. If Zeke could explain himself, the cops would never believe him anyway. We can't depend on the police. We can only depend on each other. Kids helping kids. Lyric pedals angrily down the street, blowing past us. We have to work hard to catch up with him. Quincy unsteadily follows as we ride past a brick sign with a plaque that reads Mead Circle. The houses are nicer than in our neighborhood. All 2 stories with chimneys, garages, and tree houses. The lawns are green and cut low. No gravel driveways or concrete steps. 2302 Mead Circle. We break at the end of the long driveway. Quincy slides off his bike, hitting the ground with a thud. Need a minute. I'll meet y'all up there, he says, panting. Lyric, Nia, and I park our bikes near the mailbox. Rodrigo's house is brick with tall windows. A garden of colorful flowers surrounds a large porch. It's the kind of place you'd find in a magazine or one of those fancy home renovation shows. I glance from Lyric to Nia. Neither one makes a move to approach the house. I step forward, my feet feeling like they're weighted with concrete. I'm halfway up the driveway and thinking about turning around when they join me. I ring the doorbell. My hand shakes. I'll get it, Mom, a boy calls out from inside. The front door opens and a boy stands before us. His brown skin is lighter than mine, and his eyes are so dark that they appear to be black. He's about my height, with hair gelled up in the front. He wears red-rimmed glasses that make him look cool and super smart. Rodrigo? I ask. Yeah? Who are you? He takes a step back and closes the door a little. I point to myself. I'm Justin. That's Nia and Lyric. I turn around. Quincy has made his way up to the porch. He still looks totally gassed. And that's Quincy. Rodrigo's dark eyes bounce to each of us. What do you want? We're friends of Z, says Nia. Apparently that was the wrong thing to say. Rodrigo's white knuckles the doorknob. I already talked to the police and that other guy. I got nothing else to say. He moves to shove the door closed. Lyric surges forward and blocks it with his foot. Wait, what other guy? Let go, or I'm going to call my mom and dad. Rodrigo pushes the door, but Lyric is stronger. Please, just give us a few minutes, Nia begs, her hands folded under her chin. 2 other kids from our neighborhood are missing, and we could be next. Rodrigo squeezes his eyes shut. No, not again. My mouth is so dry I have to swallow repeatedly to speak. Not what again? His eyes flutter open, and the fear reflected causes my chest to tighten. He peeks over his shoulder, then hesitantly steps outside on the welcome home mat, closing the door behind him. I thought it was over when Z came back. What happened the day Z disappeared? Lyric asks. You were the last one to see him, right? They said I dreamed it. That I couldn't have seen what I saw. Rodrigo's body trembles along with his voice. The hairs on my neck stand up. Dreamed what? Quincy swats a bug flying around his head, bobbing and weaving as the insect hovers. Rodrigo's eyes glaze over. We wait and then wait some more. The world is silent around us. All of nature awaits his response. Nia side-eyes me. Yeah, this is bad. Lyric waves his hand in front of Rodrigo's face. Hello? He jerks out of his daze, blinking hard. Z and I decided to sneak out of our cabin, he whispers. He wanted to take some pictures and get some ideas for the art he was working on. We weren't going far. Camp. The woods. Getting late. Kids alone. That has a bad idea written all over it, Nia mumbles. We lost track of time, Rodrigo says. His voice is hollow. It's almost as if he's talking only to himself. It got dark and cold, but it had been 90 all day. Then the stars sort of flickered in and out, like they were short-circuiting. And I thought... He licks his lips. I thought I heard something, a creepy voice, but maybe it was the wind. It was blowing hard. Lyric, Nia, Quincy, and I exchange a terrified look. It wasn't the wind. We freaked and ran for camp. Z was right behind me. He screamed. I turned around. Rodrigo swallows loudly. I could only see half of him from the waist up. His legs were gone, like they had been sucked into a black hole. Oh, man. Nia's hands fly up to cover her mouth, muffling her gasp. Quincy seeks down on the steps and hugs his knees. It was like that magician trick where they saw someone in half. You know, their legs are still there, but you can't see them, Rodrigo explains. I shudder. No wonder Rodrigo is still shook, and Z is the way he is. How did you get past that? Rodrigo extends his arm. I grabbed Z's hand. I pulled so hard, but whatever had him was much stronger. I couldn't see it, but it wouldn't let go. Z was screaming, and I heard laughing. Rodrigo's voice cracks, and his arm falls to his side. Then he was gone, like he was never there. Sometimes I still hear him begging for my help, but I couldn't do anything. It took him. It? My skin crawls as I pace back and forth on the porch. Oh, man, I can't believe this. What? Lyric asks. I rub my palm down my sweaty face. It took him. Like it could be a thing, not a person, a monster. Quincy's head jerks back like I decked him. Dude, did you just go supernatural? Lyric asks. I know it sounds crazy, but what else could have taken Z like that? My lungs constrict, filling up with water. I'm drowning. Think about all those spooky drawings on Z's wall. And that Mark is appearing out of nowhere. What else could do something like that? Lyric shoves both hands through his hair. And our nightmares, the voices. Monsters aren't real, cries Quincy. They can't be. Nia rubs her arms as if she's cold. People always say that until they have a creepy encounter. I look at Rodrigo. His face is a mask of terror and hopelessness. He wasn't kidnapped, but a part of him vanished that night at camp too. What happened next? Lyric asks, his voice faint. Rodrigo let out a shaky sigh. I ran for help. I must have fallen and hit my head because I woke up and it was morning. Some of the counselors were standing over me. I told them what I saw, but no one believed me. They thought I was making it up so I wouldn't get into trouble for leaving camp. He smiles weakly. I almost convinced myself Z did run away. It was easier to believe. Nia squeezes his shoulder and waits for him to look at her. We believe you. Rodrigo looks her directly in the eyes. Something took Z. Quincy gulps loudly. And it has my sister now. And Shay. Why did it go after Z and not you? Is there anything else you can tell us, I ask? The front door flies open. A tall woman with long brown hair and a large mole on her cheek stands in the doorway. She frowns. ¿Estás bien? Rodrigo adjusts his glasses and stands up straighter. Yeah, it's fine, Mom. I was just, talking to some friends from the library. The library? Her dark eyes are probing as they look over us. I'm not sure she believes him, but she says, your lunch is ready. You know how I hate for hot food to get cold, and we'll need to leave soon for your art and piano lessons. Okay, I'll be right in, Rodrigo says with a forced smile. She hesitates, then walks back inside and closes the door. Rodrigo's shoulders slump. She'd be mad if she knew why you're here. She doesn't like me talking about what happened at camp. Did you tell her the truth? Nia asks. He snorts out a humorless laugh. Try to. I learned fast to keep it to myself. I didn't want to be that person, the strange kid who believes a monster kidnapped his friend by dragging him into a black hole. That kind of reputation would be impossible to shake. I'm sorry, says Nia. Look, I'm glad Z's back, and I'm sorry stuff is happening, but... Rodrigo wrings his hands. I can't... Just a few more minutes, please, I say. Did anything else strange happen that day? Not that I remember, Rodrigo said. We did normal camp stuff. There were different activities all day. Most of the time, Z did his thing and I did mine. He played games with some of the other kids, went swimming and stuff while I was hiking. We met up for dinner, then later, all that stuff happened, like I said. What about a mark or a bruise? Did you see one on Z? Nia asks. Roger's head tilts and his eyebrows crinkle as he thinks hard. He had something on his wrist. He went to the nurse and she said it was just a bug bite. Uh-oh, Lyric says. Did it look like that? I point to Quincy's arm. Rodrigo backs away and covers his mouth like he's afraid Quincy's contagious. Exactly like that. No! No! It's gonna get me! Quincy roughly scrubs at the mark on his wrist. I want it off! I want it off! Nia turns at me. You are right. The mark means you're tagged. Are we all going to get one? Z said one by one. He drew a picture of everybody. Wow. Just wow. Lyric falls back against the porch railing. It really was a hit list. We're on a timer. Rodrigo opens his door. That's all I know. I gotta go. He hurriedly tries to enter his house. My hand shoots out to block him. Wait, one last thing. You said you talked to the police and another guy. Who do you mean? Some ice cream guy came around here asking questions. I'd never seen him before. He had a long scar on his cheek, Rodrigo says. An ice cream guy with a scar? Nia looks at me with wide eyes. Could that be Hyde? My heart somersaults in my chest. Rodrigo tries to close the door. Sweet dreams, I ask? Was it sweet dreams? This is important. Maybe. Now move. I don't want to talk anymore, Rodrigo says. I release the door. It slams shut. Locks slide into place. Click, click, click. 3 deadbolts, just like Z's room. The sound rings in my ears. Why would Hyde come here, Nia asks. My chest tightens. I tug the puzzle piece from my pocket and hold it tight. Justin, Nia says. We should go. I need to move. To think. Rodrigo dropped several bombs on us, and my mind is scrambled. We hurried down the porch steps. At the end of the driveway, we stopped next to our bikes. Dude, what's going on? Lyric grabs his head like it might explode off his neck. Hyde was acting strange yesterday, asking all those questions, but he brought that ice cream cart to Z's welcome home party, says Nia. She has a tight grip on Quincy, who looks like a strong breeze might carry him away. Why would he be after any of us? Justin, Lyric covers his mouth as if he's afraid of the words he's about to speak. Shay was not Shay. What if Hyde is not Hyde? What if Hyde is the monster? I stare at him. So many thoughts swirl in my head, but I can't grasp just one. We could definitely be dealing with something supernatural and powerful. Quincy places his hand over the mark on his wrist. The waves of fear flowing off him are almost painful. He could disappear. So could Lyric. Nia. I can't lose anyone else. Quincy jumps and spins around. What is it? Lyric asks on high alert. Quincy swallows hard. Nothing. I thought I saw something. You okay? Nia asks him. He looks seriously creeped out. It does feel like we're being watched, but I don't see anything odd. Houses, cars, trees, normal stuff. Quincy rotates his shoulder. The motion causes the backpack to slip off his arms. It hits the ground. Hey, why don't you let me carry that for you? Lyric reaches for the backpack, but Quincy quickly snatches it away. No, I got it, he says, and tugs it back on. Lyric side-eyes me. No problem. Thought it looked heavy. What's with Quincy and that backpack? Justin, what do we do now? Nia asks. The question echoes in my head. They watch me. Their expression's a mixture of expectation and fear. Let's go. I pick up my bike and jump on. Where? Lyric asks as they scramble for their bikes too. We need to figure this out. My eyes are focused on the road ahead. To find Hyde. Oh boy, do you guys think Hyde could be involved in this? Join me for the next chapter to find out.